So we're back here at Tap Social Movement at the brewery in Kennington with Jason. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Detroit Tigers hat on his head. He is from the United States. He confesses to time in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Beyond that, we're not sure where he's been. But now he's in England. Been here for what, 4.5 years, you said?
4.5 years.
So how does a guy from the United States, a Detroit Tigers fan, find his way to being the head brewer at Tap Social?
I found the job, believe it or not, posted online. There's an organization here called SIBA, and it's the Society of Independent Brewers. And there's a classified ads. And I saw the job posting and really wanted to be involved with the company, really wanted to be involved with the program. And so emailed and a few phone calls and a train ride up here to see the space and kind of meet everyone and talk through my ideas for the brewery and the beer and kind of what I like to do and what I want to do. And they were very similar with what Amy and Paul and Tess wanted to do. And yeah, it's like we were all old friends right from the start. I was with a company called Brew House and Kitchen. And it's very much based on kind of the environment that I knew from the States. It's a brew pub. It's English spin on the pub, but you know, the American style kind of brew pub. We brewed only real ale, cask beer. And it was all, 99% of it was just consumed in the pub. So we started out originally brewing 4 beers. We did a American Pale Ale, a Stout, and we did 2 different sour beers. Amy, Paul, and Tess really love sour beers. I love them. Belgian style beers for me are some of the best. And no one else really in Oxfordshire was making sour beers. And so we knew it was a bit of a niche market, but kind of on trend with what was happening here in the UK, beer-wise. Are
you finding that sours are being accepted here?
Far more now, 3 years on, than when we started. One of our sours we called the Big Boy Pants, and that was actually a name that I came up with. And it was from a gentleman that I used to work with down at Brew House and Kitchen, Danny. And we'd give each other a hard time, but out of fun, you know? And so a very American saying, I'd say, Danny, get your Big Boy Pants. This is what big boys drink, like have a stout, you know? And so that's kind of where the name came from. So we made it an introductory sour beer. So it's only 3.8%, very accessible, very drinkable. And that's kind of how we market that beer, as an introductory sour beer. It does have a nice kind of grapefruit flavor to it, but it makes you pucker a little bit. So yeah, so it seems like now more and more breweries, kind of everyone has one. At least one, or everyone's done one.
So you guys, some other trends we're seeing in the States, sour is definitely a huge trend. The hazy New England IPAs,
yeah. But
also like what they call pastry beers,
yeah,
and those kind of things. Anything like that going on over here?
So we, I did a collaboration brew with a good friend of mine from West Berkshire Brewery, Bill Toomey, and he and I did a pastry stout called a donut stout, because we actually put donuts and waffles into the mash, and we put in some lactose and made a really, really nice sweet stout. Good body, good flavor. Sold really, really well. What else have we done? We did an apricot and ginger sour saison that sold really, really well. That was at 6.8%. Beers in the UK tend to be lower ABV, just kind of traditionally and like historically. Session ales are very big. You know, you go to the pub and you want to have 3 or 4 beers, but be able to walk home.
Right. We talked to a brewer in Ireland last week who said we didn't really have a concept of a session ale because those are already low.
Yeah.
But like the States, we don't have the need to here to have beers that are 7, 8, 9%, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that the stronger beer trend is starting to happen here a bit. More people doing, you know, stronger IPAs or like a double IPA at 7 or 8%. And you're seeing more barrel aging beers.
So you guys have like a flagship line of beers? Do you have like a regular core set and then experiment after that?
Yeah, so our core set is our American Pale Ale called Good Size A. Our American Style IPA, it's a 5.1% called Get Your Hops Off. We've got even larger, our lager, and that's at 4.8. And that's kind of a cross between a lager and a Keller style beer.
Yeah.
We don't filter or fine any of our beers, so it's just time in the tanks and time in the bright tank that let them go bright. Generally, all of our beers have a haze to them. Our IPA tends to be kind of borderline New England IPA, a bit more haze in it. We have a gluten-free beer at 4.1% called Tongue Feeler, and that's been extremely popular. It's kind of my take on a British golden ale, like a blonde ale. Very low bitterness, lots of American hops, nice and fruity and juicy.
What was the bigger attraction coming to Tap Social? The mission or brewing the beer?
The mission.
Yeah.
It really, really was. I wanted to be involved and work with the gentleman, kind of use the skills that I have as a brewer to give back. And the job satisfaction has gone through the roof. And if I can make beer, do what I love to do, and make the world a bit of a better place, then what's not to love?